If you've ever felt like your brain is wired against your own goals, same. I was diagnosed with ADHD as a kid, and for a long time, I thought that man I couldn't really finish anything. I had ambition, I had dreams, but they've always seemed to burn up halfway. It wasn't until I started studying why I kept falling off and how to actually build around my wiring that things really started to take change. So in this video, I want to go over 4 crucial things. What I've learned about my brain and how it actually works, why so many creative goals end up fizzling out, what history's most brilliant and chaotic minds can teach us, and what I've finally started doing to make a change. Here's what I've learned. ADHD isn't a deficit, it's not laziness, it's a different operating system. We're dopamine driven, novelty seeking, easily overstimulated, and very often motivated by things that don't really feel urgent. I used to beat myself up about not being able to focus, but the truth is that ADHD is not about lack of attention, it's about attention dysregulation. That means that sometimes I hyper focus for hours, and other times I can't sit still for 2 minutes. While this seems a little bit backwards, I started to realize that when I was starting my own video business, I felt the most productive when my brain was in chaos. When things are the most disorganized is when I tend to feel the most productive. And when everything's said and done, I have resentment towards my way of productivity and find myself questioning why that productivity thrives at the edge of a breakdown. Research shows that people with ADHD are 300% more likely to start their own business. Why? Because traditional systems don't fit us. So we build our own. I am not disorganized. I just have a different system, said David Neilman, founder of JetBlue, who has also been diagnosed with ADHD. I've had more false starts that I can count. Big ideas, exciting beginnings, and then 2 weeks later, ghost town. That's the ADHD dopamine. Starting is pretty fun, but following through, less so. Because once that novelty wears off, our brains just don't get the same reward. I used to think that if I was really passionate, I would just do it. But that's a lie that I was actually telling myself. Passion without structure, it's like a fire without a fireplace. Leonardo da Vinci left most of his paintings and inventions unfinished, notebooks full of designs that never became anything. He was a genius, but he struggled with the follow-through. Some of the most brilliant minds were just like us, not disciplined. They just adapted. Maya Angelou rented a hotel room every single day just to write. The only thing she brought was a notebook, a Bible, and a bottle of sherry. No distractions, just a space she associated with focus. Georgia O'Keeffe said she had to be ruthlessly selfish with her time to create. That one really jumped out at me, because sometimes we feel guilty for needing solitude, slowness, or weird routines, but that's the prize for creating something that's real. Something I've been implementing lately has been a mixture of intermittent fasting and journaling. I know it's kind of a weird combo, but the intermittent fasting portion of it really kind of just brought structure to my days by restricting the eating windows throughout the day. And journaling has brought an empty canvas for me to fill with ideas, quotes, and bring my thoughts onto tangible paper. Another thing I've been doing is not using my phone for the first hour when I wake up and the last hour of the day before I fall asleep. This allows me to kind of just take my time and just waking up my nervous system and my eyes and just bringing the light, and also allows me to not digest or be overstimulated with information towards the end hour of my day, so I can really wind down and go through my thoughts and think about everything that happened throughout the day. Here's what's actually helping me get out of ruts. Not perfectly, but consistently. I used to aim for a 2-hour writing and editing session, anything creative, and now I'm really aiming just for 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes to get started, because success doesn't come with motivation, it comes from motion. If it's not on my calendar, it doesn't exist. And yes, I move things around every now and then, but it starts from being intentional with my time and then figuring out the rest. I don't need a productivity guru to yell at me on a day-to-day basis. I need someone that actually gets it. And sometimes that's a close friend, sometimes it's just being part of a community. Other times it's just showing up online and saying, hey, I'm working on this and I want you guys to keep me accountable. Finishing is great, but starting again is what the real win is for me. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. This is something that James Clear said in his book Atomic Habits. Another quote that really resonates with me, and I can't really figure out where I heard this from, but here it is. Most people don't succeed because they're addicted to preparation and allergic to execution. Some small wins that I've gotten to celebrate in the last couple days have been kind of just slotting time in the calendar to just set time aside to read and finish some books, posting on social media about the things that I'm doing to, again, have other people hold me accountable. I finished one of the books that I've been reading for the longest time. It's taken me so long to finish it, but it was The Hero of Ages from Brandon Sanderson, and that got me really excited to sort of reward myself with the ability to move on to another book and start The Way of Kings. So that's been a really great win for me. And also getting organized and having a better journaling system, that in itself is a win, because that's something that I've been wanting and meaning to do for the longest time. And listen, I'm not here making this video to talk to you and tell you that I figured it all out, because I haven't. I'm here because I refuse to let my wiring be the reason why I don't try to do the things that I really set out to do. If you're on this journey of trying to chase creative freedom, of struggling with follow-throughs, or really just trying to make your brain work for you instead of against you, then you're definitely not alone. You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're quite literally built different, and that difference might be exactly what the world needs. If you've found systems and routine that work for you, definitely drop them in the comments down below. It might help somebody. And if you're stuck, let me know what's holding you back. I'll reply to as many as possible. And if you want more videos like this about the real creative process and getting your hands dirty and figuring things out, then hit the subscribe button and stick around. We'll love to have you.